Namaste children, welcome to today's maths class. As you know, we are discussing the second chapter, fractions and decimals. In the previous class we studied about the decimals, addition of decimals, subtraction of decimals, their expanded form, comparison of decimals, and today we are going to discuss about the multiplication of decimals. How do we multiply two decimals? Where do you find this kind of situations? See an example. Reshma went to a market, vegetable market, and she asked, she wants to purchase vegetables of tomatoes 7.50 kgs. She want to purchase 7.50 kgs of potatoes, and she asked the vendor, he said that per kg it is 3 rupees 50 paisa, 3.50 rupees. This is per kg, and she requires 7.50 kgs. How much money she has to give means what to do? As we know, simply for example, if the cost of 1 kg of tomatoes is 3 rupees, cost of 1 kg of tomatoes is 3 rupees, and she wants to purchase 4 kgs, then what we will do? Yes, definitely we will multiply the number of kgs of the vegetable with the cost of each kg, that is 4 into 3, 12 rupees she has to give, or she has to spend to purchase the 4 kgs of tomatoes. That is whole numbers, and here decimal numbers are included. How do we multiply them? So here multiplication situation arises. How do we multiply? What we will do? We have to multiply 7.50 is multiplied with 3.50. They are to be multiplied. How we will multiply? We will discuss now in detail. For example, 0.1 is multiplied with 0.2. Both are decimal numbers. How do we multiply? Yes, 0.1, write in the fractional form. 0.1 as 1 by 10 into 0.2. What we write? 2 by 10. Now we know the concept of multiplying two fractions. How do we multiply them? Multiply the numerators, that is 1 into 2, divided by, multiply the denominators and write the product as results as the fraction. 10 into 10 is 100. Now we can change this 2 by 100 into decimal form. What is the decimal form for this series? Yes, it is 0.02. 0.02. As 2 zeros are there in the 100, so the decimal point will move from right side to left side 2 places, that is 2 and 0. Hence the product of 0.1 into 0.2 is equals to what it is? 0.02. Similarly, take one more example. 0.2 is multiplied with 0.3. Yes, convert these two decimals to fractional form. 0.2 means it is 2 by 10 into 0.3 means it is 3 by 10. Multiply the fractions. 2 into 3 is 6, divided by 10 into 10 it is 100. 6 by 100 means it is 0.06. As 2 zeros are there in the denominator, so the decimal point will be, we have to keep after 2 digits from right side to left side, and we get 0.06. One more example. 0.15 is multiplied with 0.15 is multiplied with 0.7. Yes, how do we do this? Similar. 0.15, express this in the fractional form. 0.15 will write it as 15 by 10 into 0.7 is expressed as 7 by 10. Now multiply the numerators. 15 into 7, 15 sevens are 105, divided by 10 into 10 is 100. Now 105 is divided by 100. So what we get it is what we get this we can express the decimal form. Expressing in the decimal form as 1.05. Thus divisions we will discuss in the next class. So here we will express 105 by 100 as 1.05, and here it is 6 by 100 as 0.06. Yes, sorry. I'm sorry. 0.15 is written as 15 by 100, not 10. Because two digits are there after decimal point, so two zeros will get 15 by 100 into 7 by 10. 15 into 7 is 105. 100 into 10 is 1000. Therefore, the decimal point will be coming after 3 digits. That is 1, 2, 3. We get 0.105. 0.105. Now, if you observe here, we will conclude from this what we can conclude it is 0.1 into 0.2 when we multiplied, we got 0.02. Simply ignore this, what the decimal point, then what is this number? 01 is multiplied with 02. Then 01 in the sense it is 1. 1 is multiplied with 2. 1 into 2 we got. 2 we got. Here in the two decimal numbers we have two digits are there all together after decimal point. Here one digit 1 and here one digit that is 2. So in the product also we got two digits after the decimal point. We got two digits after the decimal point. Similarly 0.2 into 0.3, ignore the decimal point and multiply them as the whole numbers. 2 into 3 will get 6, and there are two digits are there after decimal point in the two decimal numbers. Therefore, the decimal point also came after two digits, that is 0.06. Now 0.15 is multiplied with 0.7. Ignore the decimal points and multiply 15 into 7. 15 sevens are 105. And where do we got the decimal point after 3 digits? Now you check how many digits are there after the decimal point. In the first number 2 digits are there, and in the second number 1 digit is there. So total we have 3 digits are there after decimal point in the given two decimal numbers. So in the product also we got the decimal point after 3 digits from right side. So instead of doing this, just by remembering the concept, what to do, how to multiply the decimals. That is, first we should ignore the decimal point. Ignore the decimal point and multiply the two numbers as whole numbers. Multiply the two numbers as whole numbers. Then third point, count the number of digits. Count the number of digits in the given two decimal numbers. In the given two decimal numbers, that is multiplier and multiplicand. Multiplier and multiplicand. Count the number of digits and add the number of, find the total number of digits. After decimal point, how many are there? Then keep the decimal point, put the decimal point in the product after those many digits from right side. After those many digits from right side in the product. So what is the concept? How do we multiply two decimals? Yes. First, ignore the decimal point. 2. Multiply the two numbers as whole numbers. 3. Count the number of digits in both the numbers, both the decimal numbers. How many digits are there after decimal point? Add them. Fourth point, put the decimal point in the product after those many digits from right side. That will give you the product of two decimals. We will discuss few examples how to multiply two decimals. Now, how do we multiply? So, what are the steps? While multiplying two decimals, first multiply them as whole numbers, that is by ignoring the decimal point. Count the number of digits to the right of the decimal point in both the decimal numbers. What are the both of decimal numbers? Multiplier and multiplier. Count the number of digits. How many digits are there after decimal point in both the numbers? Add the number of digits counted. After counting, add the number of digits. For example, in first number 3 digits are there, and in second number 2 digits are there. 3 plus 2 it is 5. So 5 digits are there total in the decimal part after the decimal point. Put the decimal point in the product by counting the digits from its rightmost place. Where we have to put the decimal point in the product by counting the digits from its rightmost place. How many digits we have to count? How many digits we got in the count? That is as earlier counted. As earlier counted. So before we have counted, how much we got that? Those many digits. After those many digits, we have to keep the decimal point. Earlier counted. After those many decimal places, we have to keep the decimal point. Now you see here exercise number 2.6. First bit, find 0.2 into 6. So take this as a whole number by ignoring the decimal point. 0.2 in the sense it is 2. 2 into 6 it is 12. Over. Next count the number of digits after decimal point. In the first number we have only one digit is there, and here no digits. So keep a decimal point in the product after one digit from right side, from rightmost digits. This is rightmost. So keep one digit after. Therefore it is 1.2 is the product. Now 8 into 4.6. So ignore the decimal point. Treat this as the whole number as 46 and multiplied by 8. So 8 6 are 48. 4 is there. 8 4s are 32. 32 plus 4 36. Now count the number of digits after decimal point. Here we have only one digit is there. Yes, and here is no digits after decimal point. So only one digit is there. Keep decimal point in the product after one digit from right side. Therefore the product is 36.8. 36.8. Now the fourth one, 20.1 is multiplied by 4. So ignore the decimal point, and 201 is the whole number. Multiply with 4. 4 ones are 4, 4 zeros are 0, 4 twos are 8, 804. Now count how many digits are there after decimal point. In the first number only one digit is there. Here there is no digits after decimal point. So keep point after one digit. Therefore it is 80.4. Now the seventh question, 2 into 0.86. So ignore the decimal point. 86 is the whole number. Multiply 86 with 2. We know commutative property A into B is equals to B into A. We can multiply A with B or B with A. So multiply 86 with 2. 2 6 are 12. 2 8 are 16 plus 1 17. Now count how many digits are there after decimal point. Here 2 digits are there. How many digits? 2 digits. 1 and 2. So keep decimal point after 2 digits in the product. Here the product is 172. So keep decimal point after 2 digits from right side 1 and 2. Therefore it is 1.72 is the product. Like this we multiply the decimals. Now here we have a word problem. Find the area of a rectangle whose length is 5.7 centimeters and breadth is 3 centimeters. So here we have a rectangle is there. The length of the rectangle is 5.7 centimeters and the breadth is 3 centimeters. What they ask you to find? Area of the rectangle. So how do you calculate area of a rectangle? That is the product of length and breadth. Length into breadth square units. Length into breadth square units. Here now length is equals to what? 5.7 centimeter into breadth will be is equals to 3 square centimeters. Here units it is centimeter, square centimeter. Now multiply 5.7 with 3. So remove the decimal point, ignore the decimal point and treat it as a whole number 57. Multiply with 3. 3 sevens are 21. 3 fives are 15. 15 plus 2 it is 17. 171. Now count the number of digits after decimal point. Only one digit is there. Therefore it is keep after one digit the decimal point. Hence it is 17.1. 17.1 square centimeters is the area of the given rectangle. Is it here? Yes. Now the fifth bit from exercise number 2.6. Find 2.5 into 0.3. Before we multiplied a whole number by a decimal number. Now here both are decimal numbers. How to multiply? Using the same concept. Ignore the decimal point and multiply them as whole numbers. So when we ignore this point, what we get is 25 and this is 0, 3 means 3. Multiply 25 with 3. 3 5s are 15. 3 2s are 6 plus 1, 7, 75. Now count the number of digits after decimal point in both the numbers. Here we have one digit 5 and here we have one digit 3. So total 2 digits are there. Keep the decimal point after 2 digits. 1, 2. So here you keep the decimal point. So left side will not have any digits. Better keep 0. 0.75 or 0.75 also we can write. 0.75. Now the fourth question. 1.3 into 3.1. Multiply by ignoring the decimal point as whole numbers 13 and 31. So we know 13 table. 13 ones are 13. 1 is there. 13 threes are 39. 39 plus 1 40. It is 403. Now count the number of digits after decimal point. Here 1 and here it is 1. 2 digits are there. Keep decimal point after 2 digits, that is 3 0. So we will get the decimal point after 0, that is between 4 and 0. Now it is 4.03. 4.03. Now sixth question. 11.2 is multiplied with 0.15. So that is after ignoring the decimal point, this number will become 112 is multiplied with 15. 15 twos are 30, 0, 3 is there. 15 ones are 15, 15 plus 3, 18, 1 is there. 15 ones are 15, 15 plus 1, 16, 1, 6, 8, 0. Now count the number of digits after decimal points. Here this 1 digit is there and here 2 digits are there. Total 3 digits are there after decimal point. Now keep the decimal point after 3 digits. 0, 8, 6, that is 1, 2, 3. So now it will become 1.680 or simply 1.68. Now 100.01 is multiplied by 1.1. So ignore the point, we will get this 11 and here ignore the point, we get this what 10,001. Multiply with 11. 11 ones are 11. 1 is there. 0. 11 zeros are 0. 0 plus 1. 1. 11 zeros are 0. 11 zeros are 0. 11 ones are 11. Now count the decimal digits after decimal point. 1, 2 and here it is 1. Total 3 is there. 1, 2, 3. So what it is? It is 110.011. So this is point. Point is in between 0 and 0. It is, what is that? What is the value here? It is 110.00. 110.011. Like this, we will find the products of two decimals. Now, multiplication of decimal numbers by 10, 100, 1000, even 10,000 and more. How do we multiply? Example, you see here. 17.6 is multiplied by 10. 17.6 is multiplied by 100. 17.6 is multiplied by 1000. Take one more example. 0.5 is multiplied with 10. 0.5 is multiplied with 100. 0.5 is multiplied with 1000. How do we do this? Finally, what we conclude? Yes, 17.6 write in the fractional form as 17.6 as 176 by 10 into 10. Now what we do? 10 is 10 by 1 on here. Then what we get? 176 into 10 is 1760 divided by 10 into 1 it is 10. Yes. Now where do we get the decimal point? 10 is written down. When we express this in the decimal form, 176.0. 176.0. Now see this 0.5 is multiplied with 10. 0.5 means 5 by 10 is multiplied with 10. That is 10 by 1. 5 into 10, 50 divided by 10 into 1, 10. So 50 by 10, denominator 10, 1 0 is there. So decimal point will come after 1 digit, that is 5.0. Now if you observe these two, 17.6, the product which we got 176.0 means the decimal point is moved from left to right 1 digit. The decimal point is shifted 1 digit from left to right as 10 is having 1 0. Similarly, 0.5 is multiplied with 10. 0.5 is multiplied with 10. The product is 5.0. So the decimal point 1 digit it is moved from left to right. It is shifted from left to right 1 digit as 10 is having 1 0. That is 5.0. So when we multiply with the 10, what will happen? We get the digits are same, but the digits of the number will be decimal number is same, but the decimal point will shifted to right side from left 1 digit as 10 contains 1 0. Now 17.6 is multiplied with 100. That is 17.6 means 176 by 10 is multiplied with 100. It is multiplied with 100. So what we get is 17,600 is multiplied by divided by 10. So when we express this fraction in decimal form, so what we get 1460.0. So 10 is there in the denominator. So decimal point will get after 1 digit. So when we multiply with 1000, what we get? 17.6 means 176 by 10 is multiplied with 1000. So 1000 is multiplied by 176. What we get? 1,76,000 by 10. So express this in the decimal form. What we get is 17,600.0. Why? 10 is having 10, so decimal point will be, we should keep after 1 digit from right side. Now similarly 0.5 is multiplied with 100, so what we get? 5 by 10 is multiplied with 100, which is 500 by 10. So now the decimal point is 50.0. 50.0. So as the denominator is having 10, which is having 10, so decimal point will be placed in after 1 digit from right side. Now 0.5 into 1000, it is 5 by 10 into 1000, which is equals to 5000 divided by 10, that is 500.0. Yes. What do you conclude from all these examples? When we multiply with the 10, the decimal point will move 1 digit from left to right as 10 is having 10. Similarly, when we multiply with the 100, the decimal point will move 2 places as 100 is having 2 zeros. Here only 1 digit, 1 digit is there. There is no second digit, that's why we have got 0. So the decimal point is moved 2 digits as 100 is having 2 zeros. Similarly, when we multiply with 1000, which is having 3 zeros after 1, so the decimal point will move 3 digits. So actually it is there at 7 and 6, between 7 and 6. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 3 digits it is shifted from left to right side. Now this is the product. So what is the concept here? When we multiply any decimal number with 10 or 100 or 1000 or even more, the decimal point will shift from left to right as many zeros as are there after 1. The number, the digits will be the same we get in the product. 176, product also 176 we got. 05 is 5 is there, same we got 5. The digits will be same. Digits will be the same we get. And the decimal point will move from left to right as many zeros are there after 10. Clear, children? Now, what we have discussed, it is how to multiply. What we will do when we multiply a decimal number by 10, 100 or 1000. It is to multiply a decimal number by 10, 100 or 1000. To multiply a decimal number by 10, 100 or 1000, we move the decimal point in the number. Which number? In the decimal number. We will move the decimal point. How we will move? To the right side. Right side we will move by as many places, means as many digits as there are zeros over 1. After 1 0 is there, the decimal point will move one place. If the 2 zeros are there, the decimal point will move 2 places. If 3 zeros are there, the decimal point will move 3 places, 3 digits to the right side. If 4 zeros are there, 4 places, the decimal point will move. Yes, with this knowledge, exercise number 2.6, third bit, find 1.3 into 10. 1.3 into 10. So we are multiplying with the 10. 10 is having 1 0. What will happen? The decimal point will move one place. One place to the right side. So here after 1 is there, therefore the decimal point will come after 3, that is 13.0 or simply 13. 13.0 or simply it is 13. Now 168.07 is multiplied by 10. 10 is having 1 0. The decimal point will move one place. Therefore it will move out, it will come after 0. That is between 0 and 7. That is 1680.7 is the product. Now next we are multiplying with 100 as it is containing 2 zeros. So the decimal point is there between 6 and 1 in the decimal number. That is only one digit is there after decimal point, but the decimal point will move 2 places. So what will be the second digit? The second place it will be 0. If there are no digits means we will keep zeros. Therefore it will be 1500. One second. So the decimal point will move 2 places. So 1 and 0 again. That is 15610.0. That is 15,610. The decimal point will move 2 places. It has to move 2 places. Here one digit is there, one place is there. There is no second place. That's why we are keeping 0. Therefore it is 15,610.0. Now 3.62 is multiplied with 100. So 2 zeros are there. So it should move 2 places. Here 2 places are there. Therefore it will be 362.0. 362.0 we get the product. Now with 1000. 1000 is having 3 digits, 3 zeros. Therefore the decimal point will move 3 places. But here 1 and 2 are there. There is no third digit. So third digit will be what it is? 0. Therefore it will become 30 or 30.0. That means 30.0. Because if you keep zeros, left side of 0 it is no value, that's why we remove. Therefore what it is? 30.0 is the value. That is the product of 0.03 into 1000. Is it clear, children? How to multiply decimal numbers by 10, 100, 1000 or a decimal number by another decimal number. Thank you very much.